Disclaimer, please ignore this like planet that's growing on my head here. It hurts. I'm aware it's there. Also this one. Let's just ignore those, but we all get them. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go ahead and do a get ready with me. I figured it's been a while since I've kind of sit down, actually chatted, and just kind of be my weird, awkward self at times. So we're just going to go ahead and play with some new makeup that I've gotten over the last little bit and just try out some stuff. So let's just get right into the video. So jumping right into the tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer just to go ahead and base out my eyelids. And today I actually have some new eye products that we are going to be using to create our look. I've been binging a lot of Juicy Joss or like Jasmine on YouTube lately. And she always does a lot of e.l.f. videos, which I love because e.l.f. is so affordable. I love e.l.f. They have really great products for their price range. And so I was at Walmart. That was the first time I was at Walmart in like quite some time. And I'm a Walmart girl. I love going to Walmart. So when I was there, they had the e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadows in Cream and Sugar and in Truffles. So those are going to be the two eye products that we play with today. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish basing out that eyelid. So first off, I'm going to go in with the Cream and Sugar palette, and I'm going to go ahead and take that lightest color there, and I'm just going to use that as my transition shade and just start buffing that into the crease. And I am using my Lexi 237 blending brush to do that. And we're obviously going to go for like a neutral glam look just because these are all neutral colors, so just pointing out the obvious. How's everyone been doing? Are you guys still quarantining where you are? I know the restrictions are starting to lighten up. There's definitely still restrictions for like social distancing, maximum amounts of people everywhere. But this past week was my first week back to school. It was really weird. It was the first time I've seen everybody in like 3 months. Felt like a big long summer break. Like honestly, I was kind of nervous to go back to school because it felt like it was the first day of school all over again. But it was also okay because like I already knew the teachers, I knew everybody in my class, and like I knew how like the routine of the day was kind of like gonna kind of work for the most part. So there's that. It's like finally nice out. It is not constantly raining as much as it used to. We're getting some good sunny days. I'm excited to like eventually go to the beach. I'm still pretty pale, but hoping to get a little bit of color. Oh, I have tried self-tanning. Don't think I'm really a self-tanner girl. I used the Isle of Paradise tanning drops, and they worked really, really nice. For some reason, I don't know if it's just me, the way I apply it. Every single time I apply the product on my legs, I will rub it in so like there's no possible way that there could be streaks and like product is evenly distributed, but apparently not, because I still get streaks on my legs all the time. And it really annoys me. But oh well, can't really do much. Anyways, moving on with the eyes, I'm going to go into the Truffles palette and use that brown color there, just with the same brush to further deepen it. See what kind of pigment we can get in. These are definitely very like powdery, like kickback, which like doesn't completely bother me, but like now my hand is dirty, so it bothers me in that instance. But otherwise, if you're tapping it off, then you should be good. I'm just going to continue to build up this crease. So to go ahead and kind of deepen up those outer corners a little bit, I'm going to go in with that same Truffles palette and go in with that darker brown. So now that I'm like somewhat back into a routine, I don't have as much time to binge watch things anymore, which kind of sucks. But you know, it's also like good because I'm not sitting around. But I did recently binge watch Little Fires Everywhere, and that is a very, very good show. I'm like hoping they make a second season of it because there's just so many questions that have gone unanswered and I need to know what happens. So, has there been any shows that you guys have binge watched? I know in the beginning of quarantine I binge watched Outlander, all 4 seasons of it on Netflix, and then I know they just finished season 5 like last month, but that is on a different subscription service, I'm pretty sure, obviously than like Netflix because it's still really new. So I'm like waiting for season 5 to come on Netflix because it's another like really good show. I suggest you watch it, especially if you like me and really enjoy historic pieces. I think it would be something that you would really enjoy. I think like it's pretty historically accurate, and I don't know, it's just really interesting to watch, especially if you're someone like me who like one day I like hope to go into the film business, just to see everything come together, hair, makeup, wardrobe, setting. Like it literally makes the show, as well as the actors and like the wonderful job they do. But I mean, like if you don't have all those other pieces that are so important, like it just doesn't give the same effect. And Outlander like hit everything on the spot. I love it, and it's made me want to travel to Scotland even more. It's a really crazy story actually. So I started watching that and I realized I'm like part Scottish, but like I never really would identify myself as like Scottish roots. So I went on Ancestry and began my ancestry journey, finding out stuff, and I mean it's pretty cool, like the different records that they have. I haven't gone back too far, but I mean what I have found out like has just been really, really interesting. It's something that like I never knew or never would have guessed about my family or my ancestors, and stuff that like none of us ever knew. So that was one good way that I spent my quarantine time doing. So I didn't completely just sit around and binge watch stuff. I like educated myself and researched, so that was good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the Cream and Sugar palette and go in with this like light champagne color. I'm just gonna go and spray my brush and dip into that color and put it all over the lid. Now, let's see, that is pretty. You guys see that? Wow. I think these little palettes were literally like $4 each, Canadian, at my local Walmart. So I mean that's a really good deal. They're not bad. There's definitely a lot of powder kickback. It takes a little bit of time, I find, to build up the color, but I mean you'll get that with like Morphe palettes too sometimes, I find it. But I mean, they're nice. They're super small, so if you're gonna like travel with them, it's super easy to travel. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that for eyeshadow right now. I mean, they're not bad, these little palettes. I feel like I'm getting like a little bit of patchiness. Like, I don't know if it's just me or like what's going on, but I feel like those darker colors just like didn't quite do it for me in that way, which they're all right. I mean, they're $4. Is it complete garbage? No. This shimmer shade is really pretty when it's wet. I haven't tried the other ones. Maybe I'll try them a little bit later, or maybe in another video. You guys can let me know. But for now, I'm gonna move on to the face and cover this like massive planet that's growing on my forehead. So to do that, I'm gonna go in with a product that I am loving right now, which is the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. I'm going in with the shade Vanilla Nude, and I'm just gonna work in little sections. And I'm going to start on the bottom half of my face and just take a buffing brush and just slowly start tapping and buffing it into the skin. I've really been loving this for the summer because it is so lightweight and it doesn't look too heavy or cakey on the skin, which is something I thoroughly enjoy, because sometimes I find I can go in with a bit of a heavy hand, and once you start doing that, like, it's kind of hard to remove the product unless you just completely restart, I find. So it's nice and built. It's a little bit buildable, not like full coverage by any means, because it is like kind of like a tinted moisturizer in a way. But it's really nice and lightweight, and I've been really enjoying it. My skin hasn't like reacted bad to it. These two things I think are from some other stuff that I've just been like back in school doing special effects makeup and stuff like that. But I mean, overall, my skin has been looking pretty decent. I haven't been doing too much crazy stuff with my skin. I do really want to start getting back into body painting a bit. I find that was always like super fun. And I had actually done a Pride makeup look last night. That is up on my Instagram by the time this goes up. And it was like a kind of like comic character, pop art character, and so there wasn't a bunch of body painting involved, but the little bit that I did do, it just, I don't know, it brought back like that little joy and spark that body painting brings me, and I forgot how much I actually enjoy that. And like, if I have black paint in my ear, that's from the body painting I did. Oh, I finally like concaved and bought box dye, and I dyed my hair at home. I had taken a picture of myself and with like my hair actually done for like the first time in ever, and I had seen how bad like the blonde bleachiness looked, because like I have not been taking care of it, and I was just like, my hair literally looks orange, like I'm the next Garfield over here. So I bought some hair dye, and it's just brown, so it all kind of matches like my roots and my natural hair color, which is nice. I've been contemplating going back to brunette, and I'm glad I did. I think once I can actually get into a hairdresser, I might just get like, I'll do like stay brunette, but just do a little bit of highlights in it just to bring some dimension into my hair. Man, this pimple, like, I have no idea what's going on with it, and it's frustrating me, if I'm gonna be honest. Next up, going in with concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. Again, this has been like my ride or die concealer lately. I have tried the e.l.f. hyaluronic one, that like moisturizing one, and I find it is thick. Like, it reminds me a lot of the Tarte Shape Tape, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, it's something I'm not going for right now that's like kind of super, like more fuller coverage. And again, because I tend to be a little bit heavy handed at times, I don't want to put too much on and just make it look like super creasy under eyes, because I already do get creasy under eyes. Just have lines naturally there, so it's not bad. I have to play with it more to get like a full review on it, but It's alright. I've also tried the NYX one that was in a video I would have posted. The Born to Glow one. That one's not bad either. It is more like dewier and radiant, which is something I like. It's not as thick as the e.l.f. one, but it's not as like thin as this ColourPop one, I find. And I also think I got it in a shade too light for me right now. So it looks a little bit too ghostly white, if that makes any sense. Okay, so next up, I'm going to go ahead with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder and just really powder mostly my T-zone under my eyes. Make sure nothing gets too creasy. This powder I have fallen in love with. I had it in my collection for quite some time, and I just never got around to using it until like the last 2 months, I'd say. But before that, I was hooked on the Coty Airspun. Tati got me on that one. And I like religiously used that one for probably 2 years. And then I finally, I bought this one knowing it was a good one, but was just like so hooked on the Coty Airspun that I was just like not down for trying it. And then one day I did, and I haven't put this one down. Next up, I'm going to go ahead with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a really nice summer staple, I find. It is one that's a bit powdery, so I'll like literally going to the side so I don't get on my pants. And I always just kind of like scrape it off on the lid there, and then I'm just going to go in with the big fluffy brush and just start bronzing my face up, make it look like I went to the beach or went on a trip, even though we all know I haven't because quarantine. That is one thing. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to go on a trip. Don't know when I'll go on a trip because I'm still in school, so I gotta graduate. But after I graduate and hopefully there's some type of travel open, I am going on a trip. Or I at least need to book a trip. And I'm torn because every time I'm like, I want a beach vacation, I want to relax. I love doing adventures, and I'm like, oh, let's go here, let's do this. So it's like I can go see a bunch of museums for 8 hours a day, and it's like, as much and enjoyable as that is, that's not exactly like relaxing. So essentially what I'm getting at is like, I love doing both types of trips, but every time I try to look at like relaxing beach vacations, I always somehow get to like historical Rome vacations, you know, just like pattering along cobblestone streets, looking at old sculptures. Again, that's just the history person in me, the history buff. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and finish up the under eyes. I'm going to go in with the Truffles one and go in with that lighter brown. Just using a pencil brush, and I'm just going to drag that under. I'm just going to go ahead back in with the Cream and Sugar palette and take that lightest color that we first used just to buff out the bottom a little bit more. Okay, so to start finishing off the skin, I'm going to go in with my Milani Luminoso blush, one of my all-time favorites. I feel like this video is just like all over the place, like in the steps that I'm applying my makeup. It's literally never this like insane. At least I feel like that. You guys may observe something different. I'm going to go ahead in with my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and I'm taking my Flower Beauty brush and just going to dust that to the tops of my cheekbones. Before we completely move on to the lips, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the skin with the NYX Dewy Finish Spray. This has quickly become one of my favorites. Considering it's not like a continuous misting spray, I really like the kind of fine mist that it does spray out. So, in my opinion, it's really good for that. And for my lip color today, I'm going to go in with the Clinique Chubby Stick Moisturizing Lip Color Balm. And in Black Honey. I have really been enjoying these. They are super nice and moisturizing, and it's not like too much. It's easy just to put on and go when you're like in a rush. But all in all, I need to seriously invest in some more summery colors. So you guys, that concludes today's Get Ready With Me video. It was a little bit chatty. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but I know I'm definitely glad to be back in some type of routine during this whole quarantine period. And hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and this is my daily reminder to make sure you like and subscribe to my videos, as well as follow me over on my Instagram at @memyself_makeup. And until next time guys, I'll see you later.